morning eater, so I typically just make smoothies, but every once in a while I crave French toast or pancakes, and today was one of those days. And so I found this recipe at breakfastdramaqueen.com, and it is super delicious. If I were to make it again, I would probably add some nuts or some type of berries just to increase the nutritional value, but it is so good. I hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned. Ingredients that you'll need for this recipe are as follows. Flaxseed meal. I didn't have this before. I just got it from Meyer, and you can find it at your local grocery store. Flour, polenta, which is just fine cornmeal. Applesauce. I've got the one with no high fructose corn syrup. Avoid that if you can, as much as you can. Baking powder. Unsweetened almond milk. I'm sure you could use vanilla if you like. I'm using agave nectar, but this is for when it's done. You could also use maple syrup if you like. And then lastly, I'm using olive oil to coat the pan, but you can use cooking spray if you have it. The first step in the process is to take the flax meal, 1 tablespoon, and to mix it with 2 tablespoons of water, and to let that sit for 5 minutes after you whisk it. And I've done that. I'm going to go ahead and just pour it in here. Then you want to add a 1/4 cup of applesauce. Then you'll want to add 1/4 cup of polenta to the mixture. And then 3/4 a cup of the almond milk. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. My apologies for omitting this earlier, but you also do need 1/4 of salt, and you want to add that to the mixture that you have currently with the flaxseed, the polenta, the almond milk. Lastly, you're going to go ahead and add 1/2 cup of the flour and 2 tablespoons of the baking powder. So you want to take all of those ingredients and make sure that they're mixed well, and then you want to let the batter just sit for 10 minutes. The heat on medium low. Take the ice cream scoop, put it in the pan. So when you flip it, you want to flip it at a time when you see like plenty of bubbles forming around it, and then also kind of just gauge that so you don't burn it. The recipe did say 3 to 4 minutes, but honestly that was probably a few seconds. So I think one big factor would be how hot your skillet was when you first started. But this looks delicious, I will say. So I would say 2 scoops full, probably the best way to go. Add a little bit more oil between pancakes. You want to make sure that you flip it once you start to see bubbles form, and kind of gauge it so that you don't burn it. They smell wonderful. You want to drizzle some agave nectar.